Good afternoon. It is 4 p.m. here in South Korea. I am Arirang News. AI anchor, Ari. The Health Ministry sent on Monday the first notifications of license suspension of 3 months to 2 senior doctors, Kang Myung-ha and Kim Tae-woo. The ministry said Park and Kim were given the suspensions as they have been supporting the walkout of junior doctors. Gov't says the walkout was a result of voluntary action by trainee doctors individually, and that he will take legal action. And on Tuesday, the Health Ministry announced additional support for the medical field, while once again asking doctors to return to their workplace as they are open for dialogue. South Korea's auto exports once again surpassed the $5 billion mark last month, but were unable to set new records. The value of car exports came to $5.2 billion in February, a 7.8% drop compared to the previous year. The Trade Ministry said this was mostly due to fewer working days and the base effect. South Korea's Defense Ministry has announced 3 major tasks for this year to make the country a global pivotal state that embodies peace through strength. First, to boost the country's military capabilities against North Korea's nuclear and missile threats. South Korea will launch 2 more military reconnaissance satellites and deploy a newly developed homegrown tactical surface-to-surface missile this year. The ministry also aims to expand the scope of defense cooperation with countries that share the same values. Lastly, the ministry plans to boost strategic defense capabilities through the K-defense industry. The South Korean government and private banks will provide financial support to help local companies transition in response to the climate crisis. The Financial Services Commission unveiled a support plan of 452 trillion won, almost $350 billion by 2030. The Commission has prepared the plan in anticipation of the impact on Korea's economy due to the European Union's strengthened regulations on carbon emissions. To help companies transition to low-carbon processes, the government and policy finance institutions, such as the Korea Development Bank or Industrial Bank of Korea, will provide support of around $340 billion. 5 major commercial banks, including Gov't, will also invest almost $7 billion into the construction of renewable energy facilities. The government hopes to expand the proportion of renewable energy sources in the country's total electric power supply to 20% by 2030. Speaking over the phone on Monday, U.S. President Joe Biden warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that the planned ground operation on Rafah would deepen the anarchy in Gaza. In a press briefing following the call, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said that the operation would lead to more innocent civilian deaths and worsen the already dire humanitarian crisis. The call came on the same day as the release of a United Nations Food Security Report, which said that about half of the population in Gaza is suffering from catastrophic hunger, and that the situation could deteriorate further. The UN-backed Integrated Food Security Phase Classification report said that, under a worst-case scenario, central and southern Gaza could face a risk of famine by July. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.